The Mentors in Violence Prevention Project, otherwise known as MVP, is a peer educator programme for young people, and it provides them with the language and the framework to be able to challenge attitudes, beliefs and cultural norms that underpin gender-based violence, bullying and other forms of abuse.
We teach different years about violence and racism.
I think it made us more confident, and it helped the people who weren't knowledgeable on the information of bystanders, mental violence, depression and racism, gave them better understanding of things like that.
So the MVP programme is a really good, effective way of how we can reach out to young people.
We have more than 200 young people who are permanently excluded every year. Those young people, when they are permanently excluded, are at potential further risk then for a life which might then end up within criminality.
With COVID, we are only just starting to see some of the adverse behaviours as a direct result of COVID. So therefore we need to be very open-minded with regards to trying new alternatives and new support mechanisms for children moving forward. That's what the guidance gives, what perhaps other guidance doesn't give.
POP stands for Partners of Prisoners. We're a charity that was established in 1988 to support families that are going through the criminal justice system.
It's kind of like we're a shoulder for them. They know that they can speak to us and confide in us, and we can 100% support them with everything. One of the biggest positives that have come out of our work with the VRP, we've been able to reach out into things like children's centres, to the force intelligence of Merseyside Police. We've been able to start making those connections and linking those agencies together so that the families that come into us, we can either pass them on for further support, or families that are already working with them that have the needs that we can support, they can start linking them in to us.
Right Choice is a 12-week preventative and educational programme. I think the overall aim is to prevent young people from making poor choices. Choices and consequences is one of the topics we cover. So a lot of what we're doing in terms of awareness raising and education is very much around increasing individuals' confidence, increasing their resilience, and ultimately giving them the ability to gain control for what they do.
Operation Inclusion, it's further intervention to try and avoid people going through the courts, give them the intervention they need and hopefully allow them to move on. Top end, it's called a deferred prosecution scheme. So it's a good incentive for young people to, to work with us and ultimately come out of it with what's called a community resolution, which is sort of a low-level out-of-court disposal, which hopefully shouldn't be, go onto their criminal record. So that learning for us through doing Operation Inclusion in partnership with the VRP has really helped us to kind of shape the way we're moving into the future and working with young people.